Hello, everyone, and good afternoon, and welcome to Cat Chat with Sogo. And today, with us, we have a very special guest with us, Arindam Khan, and he has, made it to IIM while scoring 99.6 plus percentile this year. So we will know more about Arindam, and you can ask any question to Mr. Arindam. Before that, those who have joined us for the first time, I extend a very warm welcome to you all on this show, Cat Chat with Sogo. This show is telecasted live every Friday, 12 to 1. And in this show, we bring you a special guest every year, every day, every week, and we talk about your problems in cat, and the guest can also answer, because usually the person who will be coming will be from this this background only, and you all can ask any question, and I will also be asking questions to Mr. Arindam, so you can also ask question, right? And I welcome you all, and those who have joined us for the first time. So this is for information for you all, guys. This channel is for preparation of CAT and other competitive examination. So if you want to prepare for CAT, this is the channel, and in this channel you will get 250 plus video lectures on various things, including quant, DILR, verbal, and whatnot. So these are complete end-to-end lectures. So today we have with us Mr. Anindam from Assam, Johrat. So first of all, let me tell you brief about Arindam, and before you all know that he scored 99.6, right? और उससे पहले उसकी लाइफ क्या है, कैसे रहा, क्या क्या उनको फेस करना पड़ा, और कैसे कैसे उन्होंने उन चीज़ों को ओवरकम किया, ये सब कुछ जानेंगे. तो ब्रीफ इंट्रोडक्शन अबाउट मिस्टर अरिंदम. Arindam is, from Assam, Johrat. As you know, he, done his basic schooling from there only, and then he is a gem, a real gem, which term is popular these days, engineer and male mechanical engineer. And he had worked almost 3 years, right? And he appeared for CAT, before this also. And this year he could, get his dream percentile and a dream college also, right? He, his father is a retired serviceman, and mother is a housewife, and this guy has worked really hard to reach this destination. Now we will be learning more about his life and about his preparation and about his interview experiences. तो आपके मन में जो भी डाउट है, जो भी क्वेश्चन है, वो आप पूछ सकते हैं. अभी जैसे हमारे मानसविन मसादे बोल रहे हैं, मैकेनिकल भाई भाई. हाँ? बहुत भाई मिलेंगे आज के वीडियो में. यू विल फाइंड नंबर ऑफ भाई भाई, नंबर ऑफ बहन बहन, राइट? सो लेट अस गेट स्टार्टेड. सो Arindam, let us start with your childhood or maybe your basic schooling. So if you can give us a brief glimpse about your schooling and about your early days of life.
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much for calling me to this show. And so I am from Jorhat. My schooling, I completed my schooling from here only, from Jorhat, Don Bosco. So I passed out in 2010, and then I moved on for higher studies to a central university that's also in Assam, in Tezpur. So while doing that, I towards the end of my graduation, I came to know about the exam CAT, how it went. I mean, what are the sections and everything. So my first attempt was in 2017. So I appeared for in 2017 once, but that was not the attempt I wanted to go for actually. So I ended up scoring around 85 point something. And then in 2018 and 19, I actually skipped CAT. I continued working. And once I had enough experience in the corporate world, I thought I should give it another go. So that's the reason I actually quit my job before preparing for CAT, while I started preparing for CAT. So I started last year back around this time only, around May end or June. I quit my job in May and then started preparing actually.
Good. So, Arindam, like when we prepare for CAT, it happens to many of us, right? number of times that you feel, sometimes really low. कि भाई अब कुछ नहीं हो पाएगा, गया कैट गया ना. There is no point in preparing for it. Does that happen to you? And if yes, then what was your response to that?
Yes, sir, that happens. So I think that happens to almost everyone. I mean, regardless of his background or his percentile. But yeah, so with me, that happened to almost until the ultimate or penultimate week when I was giving sectionals, when I was giving mocks, and the mock scores were not up to the mark or not up to what I was expecting. So these things are bound to come, but I feel in a way towards the D-Day, those mocks, those underconfident exams actually give you the confidence to stand there, because CAT is not such an easy exam. So there's always one section which is going to be very difficult. Most of the times it's the DILR section, and so that's the middle section, and so that you don't carry forward your lower confidence into the next section. So
Right.
I think these mocks with low confidence, with low scores, definitely help.
Okay. So in a way, the days when you really feel low, they are going to help you if you are taking these things in a positive way. So we have a question, this guy, Tips and Tricks for Commerce, he asks, sir, I'm preparing from your channel. Is that enough? So yeah, maybe Arindam can put a light on this because he has also, taken a lot of videos from the lecture, from the channel. Yeah, Arindam.
Yes, sir. So when I started my preparation back in May, so I was told about you by one of my friend. So he told me about Sony Goyal live classes. Then I started with the ratio proportion classes. That was the time you started with those classes.
Right,
And then
right.
I liked the pedagogy or the way of teaching which you followed. And I actually did that. And apart from that, for my weakest section was VRC. And the most helpful thing I found out in Mission CAT about VRC was, expanding your base about the context. So the more the context on which the RCs are based upon, so the better you are in an exam scenario. So I think while preparing for CAT, if you are following just one channel, be dedicated to that channel, and actually follow one mentor, and go as he says. It's not like there will be a lot of strategy videos in YouTube. You need not follow all of them. Strategy is only for the last mile of the run. So it's just for the last 15 days, 10, 15 days. Before that, it's just hard work. It's just practice, nothing else. I felt.
Right. So all those viewers who are watching this video for CAT 2021 and maybe later, as Arindam said, and I always, put forward that strategy, the way you are gonna be on that D-Day, let's keep that thing for last 1 month, right? Last maybe 2 months, not more than that. Right. Before that, you need to make strategy how to prepare, not exactly how to attempt the paper. And that thing will come with time. And when you are able to find it out, okay, this is my strong section, this is my weak section. There, what you need to do is you need to work on your fundamentals. Make sure you are having grip on that particular thing. Like Arindam mentioned, right, VARC was one thing which bothered him a lot. So Himanshu Maurya is also asking this question, sir, VARC day one strategy as a beginner. So guys, the first thing about VARC is you see the structure of the questions, right? The questions that comes to us in verbal section is all based on 90%. It is based on your reading, right? I would say rest 9% is based on your understanding of vocabulary and just 1% on grammar part. So if you are not good at English, it doesn't mean you are not good at reading. Many of the people, they make a lot of mistakes in verbal, in grammar, but when it comes to reading, they're quite comfortable with it. So VARC at the rate CAT is more about being able to understand what you read and then being able to relate to the context. So I have made 4 videos: Reading Funda 1, Reading Funda 2, Reading Funda 3, Reading Funda 4. Watch all these 4 videos, and after that there are 8 videos which are helping people to widen their context on philosophy, on psychology, on different things, so that you can really go ahead while understanding the RC passages. Right, Himanshu Maurya? Please go through those videos that shall be helping you out. So we have NM Thomas. NM Thomas is quite regular on our channel from so many days. I can see that. So he says, sir, Anindam, good vibes. Okay, congratulations to you dear once more. But YouTube पर काफी है ये दूसरे अरे चलो उसको virtual hug बिल्कुल virtual hug to you. ठीक है, thank you very much. So congrats to more from Sogo 100 coming your campus next year. Yes. So Ankit Jha is a student of my Sogo 100. So Arindam will definitely make a space for you there, right? And this tradition should continue. Or I am proud to say that almost each and every IIM, and other good B school in our country have a student from Mission CAT, right? So that is the way we are, going ahead. That is the way, the chain, continues. So, okay, guys, let us take one more question from our audience. So here it is, Mr. Ishan Dubey. He says, how one should prepare for DILR, how many mocks one should give. Arindam, I think you have a very good percentile in DILR. What was that?
Sir, I had around 98 something.
Okay, where you had the highest percentile?
VRC.
VRC. So it feels so great, no? The section that you fear the most, and then you end up getting the highest percentile in that particular section, and that too not just 95 or 97. I think it was 99. Arindam?
6, almost 0.6, yeah, 0.59.
9.59. Okay, great. So here is a question from Ishan Dubey about DILR. So I hope you will be able to answer this. Go ahead.
Yes. So for DILR, what I usually did was, apart from the questions which I used to get from in the classes, apart from that, what I used to do was give sectionals and give mocks. And when giving mocks, I made sure that if I am giving a mock a day, I am in a mock a day situation, I make it a point to resolve the mock paper. So resolving is something which is very much important, and the more the different types of DILR sets that you cater to, the more confident you are on the D-Day, because at the end of the day, all you need in the CAT 40 minutes is just a set which is familiar to you, which you have seen in the last 6 months. If you have seen the last 6 months, you're confident about it and you will go for it. And
right.
Yeah, so in those 40 minutes, to make a decision that this is the set which I need to go for, you need to see at least a lot number of sets actually.
Good. So guys, thank you very much, Arindam, for bringing this out, this special thing, that a set which is familiar to the set you have already solved. Because let us see the DILR section from last 5 years. It's quite different, right? Why it is different? Because if I see CAT examination of let us say 2015 and before, the DILR question that you are getting, it was first thing, almost 80% of them were very much solvable, right? And there was no sectional time limit those days, so you could really balance it out with the timing part. But now you have just 60 minutes or 40 minutes in the new this thing. Okay guys, we have 50 plus live learners, so abhi tak agar aapne like nahi thoka hai to bhai kar sakte ho. Thank you very much. And so what we were talking, DILR. So now selection of set becomes a prime thing in DILR, because it is not practically possible that you will be able to solve all the sets, right? What happened with many of people is most of them, they end up spending time on each one of them, and ultimately doing even not a single set, and they end up marking like random guessing these things, which may result in the negative marking also. So if you see the percentile versus score in DILR, it is just 2 sets. You are in 99 range, right? Especially the 2020 DILR. So there it is very important that the set you are solving, the selection is right, otherwise you may end up paying very high price. Okay, Abhishek Kumar एक question पूछ रहे हैं Arindam. This is a, I think, a very pertinent question. Can you share how your preparation was different from last year when you scored 84 and now and from when you started giving mocks? So it is like you also got 84, you got 99.6. What was the key difference between those two preparations?
So yeah, so back in 2017 when I was preparing, so the thing which I made a difference this time and that counted actually, were that I actually took short-term goals for myself. So in 2017, I used to think that yeah, maybe by the end of the next month, I'll be completing my quants and doing this part. So this time, what I did was by the end of this week or by the end of tomorrow, I'll be completing till this much. So setting short-term goals actually makes a lot of difference. And apart from that, I gave a lot of mocks this time. So last time when I appeared, I was not that serious, obviously, and I didn't actually appear for a lot of mocks, which in a way disturbs the whole balance of the preparation. So giving mocks actually helps in a way that you get to understand the exam scenario and how you are faring on it on a regular basis, almost a regular basis.
Right. So one thing is, definitely, as Arindam said, making sure that you appear for a good number of mocks. Second thing is, it's very important you finish with your fundamentals before you start appearing for mocks. Right. So this strategy is for all those who are really good at concepts and fundamentals. They can straight away go and start appearing mocks. But those who have not done fundamentals, so guys, I will suggest you, please don't follow any advice, blindly, right? It varies from person to person because there are many interviews of the toppers, and the topper end up, suggesting appearing more number of mocks because this is what works for them. Definitely, if you are above 90 percentile, you want to get to 98, 99, you must appear for more mocks. But when you are hovering around 60 to 70 percentile, appearing more mocks will not do anything to you, right? It is gonna harm you, in fact. Why? Because when you are appearing 60 percentile in any mock, what does it mean? It means you are getting just 25% of the score, right? Or maybe 20% of the score. That's it. So 20% of the score means what? Out of the 100 question, there were 80 questions which you couldn't solve, right? Now this is gonna put you more in frustration, less in your improvement. And if you are appearing for mock, do resolve the complete mock after the mock, right? Because there is less to be done on strategy as on date. So I would suggest that, okay, less than 80 percentile, if you think, work on your concepts. Make sure there is not even a single concept which you are missing, right? Then 80 to 95 can be a stage 2 where you are trying to work on difficult, higher level question, layered questions which are difficult to comprehend, right? And once you are 95 percentile plus, yeah, thereafter the improvement definitely comes with appearing with number of mocks, right? In our last interview also, the girl who got into IIM ABC, she also probably recommended everyone appear for more mocks. That helps, no doubt. But before that, you need to reach to a level where you appear mocks. Got it? So yeah, please take advice available with a pinch of salt because 3-4 साल पहले मैंने भी एक वीडियो देखा एक भाई का, he got 100 percentile or something and he was from IIT and very good profile. So he ended up recommending people, I appeared for 80 mocks. Definitely it would have worked for him. But यार जो गरीब आदमी है जिसने प्रिपरेशन अभी शुरू नहीं किया है, वो अगर 80 मॉक्स देगा, वो दे ही नहीं पाएगा, राइट? Got it? So let us do it step by step. So this piece of advice is only for those who are, this thing. 2 टेस्ट सीरीज ले लो, 3 ले लो, 4 ले लो भाई, वो तब फायदा होगा जब उस लेवल पे आ जाएंगे. ठीक है? गुड. चलिए. सो नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन की बात करते हैं. वी हैव सुदीप्ता Saika. Right? I think he's from your place only, Tejpur University,
Yes.
right? So,
Yes.
Arindam Kond, 99.6 in CAT, is a motivation for the students of Tejpur, especially for mechanical engineering. Yes, Sudipta, I know you are part of my SOGO 100. I wish you next year interviewing you, at the same panel in the same way, right? Wish you all the very best. So, any message you want to give, Arindam, to the students at, especially at Tejpur University?
Well, it's all about 6 months of hard work. Anyone who wants to, go for it, just you can give me a call. You have my number, and in case of any help, I'll definitely provide a help. And I look forward to meeting you up in Lucknow most probably.
Right, great. So that's good thing. So I wish all the students from Tejpur University, especially the mechanical engineers, to for CAP 2021, and all the wishes and blessings by your senior, Mr. Arindam Kond, is with you guys. So we have a Vimal asking you a question. Vimal is asking, congrats, sir. So obviously you are now Sir Arindam, right? Can a gem being from a tier 3 college with a poor acad and backlog during the course to aim for best colleges? If yes, how can he justify academic capability factor during the interview?
Well, to answer this, I actually have to give you a scenario, or let's say an example of what I was faced of during the GDPI preparation. So when I started my GDPI preparation, I was mostly into the basic HR questions: why MBA? What do you see yourself doing in the next 5-10 years? So, but gradually, when my interview started, I realized that I was actually getting questions which were situation based, and being with experience, that actually helped, because giving an opinion on a situation, analyzing a situation, the thinking process, all they need to see is the thinking process. Because if you've already proved yourself in the CAT exam, they won't be grilling you much on your academics again. They might have 1-2 questions, if why backlogs and all. You just need to come up with a smart answer, but you just need to show that, yeah, you're willing to give your efforts in the MBA preparation, or in the MBA during the course. So that's what they mostly want to see. And apart from that, how systematic your thoughts are is the main thing I felt, which any interviewer wants to see during the interview. Because it's just 10 to 15 minutes of interview, and to judge your academics and everything in those 10 minutes is not possible. So that's what I think they look for mostly.
Good, good. So we have one more question coming from this. Sorry, the question is from Yash Mittal. He says 95, 91, 77 BSc Life Sciences. Do I DU? Can I expect a call from Blackie? So Yash Mittal, first question is, why not? Why not? Right? So this kind of doubts you should not keep in your mind, because first thing, you are not gonna decide the call. The only thing that is in your hand is your CAT percentile. The rest, all the factors are more or less static and not in your hand. Whatever criteria the IIMs or any other college puts forward, it's same for everyone, so you cannot really skip that. Now, coming to whether you can get a call, yes, you can get a call, because you are a BSc Life Science, so that will be a big plus for you, because you are will get a diversity factor. Okay, Yash Mittal says 95 to 99.99. Is this jump only due to IQ of a person? Yes, Mittal ka question hai. I think Arindam can answer it.
So I don't think so. To be honest, I don't think so, because this jump basically, actually, the jump from 95 to 99 is just hard work. Maybe IQ makes a difference in the 99.5 to 99.99 section, because there the difference, so the difference in marks from 95 to 99 might be lesser than the difference between 99.5 and 99.99. So, and most of the time it's lesser actually. So the difference up there, up above 99.5, the differences are very high. But from 95 to 99, that's where most of the people actually get stuck, and that's where the scoring actually, for one marks or point some marks, you'll be, getting 1 percentile less or more. So there are chances. So maybe, yeah, IQ plays a part in the higher end of the section, but not from 95 to 99. That's what I think.
Okay, let me add one more thing to it. When you are appearing for CAT or any other competitive examination or any other interview, there are two parts which comes into picture. One is the core part which you are probably, which is 20 years of your past life. And another thing is, the coating that you have, which is probably, last 1 year of your life. So when it comes to, making an improvement in your percentile, with the coating, you can cover, this till 95, 97, 98 score. But when it comes to getting 99 and above that, so the core has to be good. Either it is to be good, or the upper layering has to be so strong, right? It cannot just happen overnight. For example, let us not give 100% to IQ or 100% to, I would say, hard work. It would be mix of both, right? Whereas, consistent, hard work, consistent working in a particular section definitely helps you being more smarter and better at any subject, right? And definitely helps in, getting good strategies for you. But I would say 99.99 should not be the target. The target should not be 99. I don't like people keeping percentile as a target, right? Try to keep, improving your level as a target. If you are at a 60 percentile level, so with 1 year of preparation, if you can touch 90 even, I would say it is a big success for you, right? If you are already at 93, 94, so with 1 year of preparation, even if you touch 97, 98, I would not say you have added enough in 1 year, right? So with 1 year of preparation, you should be able to have a sufficient addition in your level. Got it? Now that can take you up to 99, 99.2, 99.6, 99.9, and even 99.9. By doing all this analysis, that what it all composed of, whether it is possible, not possible, feasible, what all it factors take, it is all wastage of time. भाई अगर IQ कम है तो ले आओगे क्या बाजार से, right? और IQ क्या है? कुछ भी नहीं है. It is all your, all human beings have given brain by God, and it is over years of practice you make it more smarter, right? और कुछ नहीं है इसमें, बहुत ज्यादा ऐसा नहीं है, कोई जन्म जन्मांतर से उसके अंदर कोई ज्यादा वो होता है. 1-2% लोग होते होंगे ऐसे, लाइक पीपल यूज्ड टू से आइंस्टाइन हैड डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ माइंड. वो पढ़ा भी, अभी उसका एनालिसिस कर रहे हैं, राइट? So but by and large, all human beings use same percentage of the brain. It is more the usability of it rather than the gray matter already present here, right? So let's take one more question. Here is an interesting question coming to us, again from Bobby Raj Tamale, right? So Arindam Da, he's also from your same. So can you tell about your ACADS and previous experience?
So yeah, my ACADS were like, I was into the state board. I got 84 in my 10th exam, 84.6 in my 12th, and from TU I managed to get a 78.8, 7.88 percentile. I mean CGPA. So, and after that, I actually started working in a fabrication manufacturing firm, and then I moved into pure sales. So there also I started off as a sales engineer, but later on I moved into a pure sales role. And so basically my experience has been on sales, and that actually helps during the interview process, of course. You do not have you do not suffer from a lower confidence in terms of colloquials, in terms of speaking. So if you get a chance to work in a job, I would say go for it. It can be painful at first, but it has a lot to teach. So to start off your career, if you have any sales job at hand, I think you should go for it.
Okay, here is a question from M. Goel. So he or she, I don't know, right? Okay, the person is interested in knowing how Sogo helps you achieve your mission. Okay, it's an interesting question, right? So Arindam, be honest here, right? I don't want you to say just good things for saying good thing. So just tell what you felt, right? Because you joined this fabulous 40 batch on 31st of May, if I'm right, right?
Yes,
And
yes.
yeah, and you were part of that, and I remember you attended all the classes. So go ahead and tell your experience with Mission Cat.
So I have to be very objective on this question. So I'll go section wise. So first and foremost, for VRC, there were some tips which actually helped me a lot. Apart from regular reading and context building on classes, so there were classes where we used to discuss RC, let's say a mock RC, or let's say a sectional test, and we end up discussing only one or two RC in the whole, 1.5 2 hour class. So what that did was actually build so much context in that respect, that once if you get any RC in the future from that subject matter, in that case you are confident on it. Apart from that, around 1 or 2 months before CAT, sir actually gave me one assignment, kind of an assignment, that you actually look into the different types of RCs which come in CAT, and start preparing, start reading from those sources, and then prepare some questions and options. That's when I realized the perspective of the person who sets the question, because the options, as sir says, are mostly to confuse. I'm talking in terms of VRC. So in VRC, the options are mostly to confuse you. If you have read it thoroughly, in that case, the once you read the right option, it will click immediately, and you have to follow your gut there in the exam. So for VRC, that those things actually helped a lot. DILR, sir used to discuss, used to invest a lot of time on DILR during the later stage of preparation. And during that preparation, we actually were given specific timings. So like for every question, let's say if we have a workshop on Sunday, for every question, sir would allot a 262 form of timing, or 282 form of timing, so that we would end up solving the question in 10 minutes, or we would skip it. So, sir had a very strong opinion that if you are not able to get hold of it in the first few minutes, it's not worth wasting time. And trust me, when the CAT exam was reduced from 1 hour per section to 40 minutes per section, that is the most helpful thing that someone can tell you. That if you are not confident in one particular set, that there's no point investing time on that. And for quants, quants was something which I actually started before I joined Mission Cat. So I started from different sources, from different books. That's when I came to know about you. I had a decent, being an engineer, I had a decent, background with quants. And apart from that, from my schooling also, I had some good background knowledge. So I think with a strong basics, I had a kickstart for quants. And apart from what you provided in the class, apart from your discussions, what I did was I actually tried to get into different types of questions which can be framed in from one particular chapter. So for, let's say, for ratio proportion, if there are 20 different types of questions that can be set, that's what actually you told. that if there are 20 different types of questions set, if you have attempted those 20, then you do not need to be afraid of. So I see there are a lot of people asking about quant strategy. So that is what I felt, that the more the number of questions that you attempt up until the penultimate day of CAT, I think you're good to go.
Great. So guys, all those who are preparing for CAT, my again advice comes, as Arindam has rightly told, it is not about the number of RCs you are able to do on a day. It's about the understanding that you have from those RCs, right? It's not, always helpful to do more and being able to understand less. But it is always helpful to do less but do it thoroughly, because CAT is an examination where you need a deep understanding of that. And in DILR, the timing is a key thing, and quant practice is the thing. Poshli Mitra is again YouTube, very regular student on YouTube. Congrats. I would like to ask, when did you start preparing for CAT with your job?
So, well, as I told, I actually tried starting with my job, and I was not able to. So, my job demanded me to be available for almost 10 to 12 hours in a day. So I was not able to, give sufficient amount of time. And the only thing that CAT requires is regularity. You have to be regular. You have to be in touch. That's what I felt. So I actually resigned in May and started preparing by myself. That's when I came to know about Sony Goyal sir's Mission CAT channel. And then I went into the channel, saw a few videos, liked the way he teaches, and then I got in touch with them. So that's how it followed.
So great, Arindam. We have one more question, but before that, all those who want to join SOGO 100 for 21, we are packed. But for 22, CAT 22, the admission will be open in July or August. Notification will be available on the website. So I teach a limited number of students every year personally in the personal mentorship batch. And rest you guys can study from the channel. There are 250 plus videos available on this channel where you can study on various topics. They all are available free of cost. And after that, you can appear for the test on app which is there on the Android as well as iOS, right? So Shriya Banerjee asking a question. She says, sir, how many mocks one should appear for test at least?
Sir, I think this is very, very subjective. I actually wouldn't recommend a specific number. I think I went for around 40 to 45 mocks, to be honest, because I started preparing early. So by the time it was October mid, I didn't go for any textbook. I actually started giving a mock every day. One mock and resolving the mock every day. That was all I did in one day. Apart from that, maybe reading the Hindu or reading some articles. So that was added because I had a weak VRC section. But a mock a day was good from mid-October. So that's how I started.
Yes, Sriya, I would also recommend, same number of mocks. But at the same time, I would recommend you to go for 2 test series, right? One from one player, another from another player. It helps in a way that you get into the psyche of 2 different exam setters. For example, if A is a setting paper, so by and large, it will have a same flavor in all those mocks. And when you take it from B, you will have a different flavor, right? So it is always, now you will say, sir, 3, 4, 5. So bhai, aise to koi limit nahi hai, but it is always advisable to go for 2 mocks from reputed this thing, or our mocks will also be available. So you can buy, full test series or a mini test series, right? तो आप ऐसा भी कर सकते हैं, एक इंस्टीट्यूट का फुल टेस्ट सीरीज ले लीजिए, दूसरे का मिनी टेस्ट सीरीज ले लीजिए. सो दैट कैन हेल्प यू. ओके, एक अरिंदम भाई, एक बड़ा अच्छा क्वेश्चन आ रहा है लोगों का, right? They are asking on the looks.
I see the
so the question is, how much this looks of yours help you in interview?
So I didn't have this look in my interview. I actually was quite well groomed. But
Yeah.
now since the interviews are over and it's been, I mean, we are all stuck at our homes. I have nothing to do, so I am just continuing again. But yeah, once I go to, to IIM, then again I'll be well groomed,
Okay.
hopefully.
You haven't seen it, before interviews. It was much longer, right? So the beard
Yeah,
that
yeah,
he's
it was
wearing,
much
it was,
longer and there was
yeah.
so much.
So anyhow, these doesn't make much difference. But yes, you should be well groomed whenever you are going for any interview. That will be really
Yeah.
appreciated. And the length of hairs doesn't matter. How much neat and clean or how much organized they are, that probably will make a difference. Even if you are going with this look, I don't think that anybody has any right to question on that. But it should not
Yes,
look awkward, right? You can go with this
I
look also.
yeah, I met people who have come with a ponytail to interviews.
Yeah, so
So
it's like IIMs at least are not that much concerned about your outer the looks, and as the name suggests, it's an interview. तो ये अंदर की बात है, बाहर की बात नहीं है, right? So अगर ऐसा होता तो स्मार्ट लोग ही ले लिए जाते, है ना? तो ऐसा नहीं है भाई, ठीक है? Okay, so last few questions we shall be taking now. Smart help ask question पूछ रहे हैं. Sarandam, you can take the question. Do we have enough time, sir, if we study 8 to 10 hours, having doing growth but very slowly?
So if you are putting in 8 to 10 hours right from this time, no matter if you are at 10 percentile right now, you will end up plus 98, 99. If you are putting religiously 8 to 10 hours, that's more than enough for CAT.
So this is a quite 8 hours are more than enough, I would say, right? So here is a दशरथ सिंह शेखावत. दशरथ सिंह शेखावत जी कह रहे हैं, सर मैं फर्स्ट ईयर में हूँ और मेरा प्रोफाइल 87, 69, CAT 2022, any chances of Blackie? I am Shillong, new IIMs. जी.
Well, as you say, at this point of time, the only thing I would say is if you get a score decent enough, no IIM will reject you just on the. I mean, there are IIMs like you might not be getting a call from IIM Indore, but yeah. But apart from that, there are colleges from the Blackie which will be calling you based on your score and not giving much weightage to what you have already done. So you definitely can get a call from I am Kolkata, I am Lucknow. So these are very good colleges.
And if guys, the point is only after appearing for the examination, right, you can get to know this thing exactly. Otherwise, everyone who has a decent score, decent percentile, and has a good CAT percentile will stand a chance to get into not only IIMs. There are many other colleges beyond IIMs which doesn't look at your profile at all, right? So अगर आपका let us say profile अच्छा नहीं है, so let us not think of that college, right? So obviously you will get some other college. But don't restrict yourself to this negative thinking that you will not be getting called. Okay? Atul Anand. ये अनिंदम हम ऐसा करते हैं, बाबा वाला काम शुरू कर लेते हैं. We can be predictors, whether we cannot predict future, guys, right? Atul Anand, you can get 99.8 also, but अगर आप right it is it all depends. मेरा बेटा अतुल आनंद, आप कितने मॉक देते हैं, कितने घंटे पढ़ते हैं, प्रेजेंट लेवल क्या है, राइट? अगर आप मेरे से कोई ये 60 वाला भी पूछेगा कि सर मेरे अभी 60 परसेंटाइल आए हैं, तो क्या मैं 99.7 ला सकता हूँ? भाई ला सकते हो. अब कोई अगर 98 वाला पूछेगा कि सर क्या मेरा 99.9 आ सकता है? भैया आ भी सकता है, नहीं भी आ सकता है, डिपेंड करता है ना. अब तुम्हारा इस बार 98 आ रहा है और उस दिन क्या हो, राइट? ये डॉन ब्रेडमैन जैसे आदमी को लास्ट मैच में क्या हुआ पता ही है आपको, राइट? तो ऐसा कुछ फिक्स नहीं है. यू मे बी सो गुड, बट ऑन दैट पर्टिकुलर डे आपका बल्ला हो सकता है ना चले.
So on this point, I would just like to add that for the better part of my preparation, I was stuck at 65 to 70 percentile.
हाँ.
I was always stuck at 65 to 70%. And sometimes it would go to 75 to 80. Sometimes it would come back to 50, 55. But the only thing you need to make sure is you don't repeat the same mistakes in every exam. You need to make mistakes, but the newer the mistakes are, the better it is.
Okay, Dhruv Agarwal says, sir, what are the good novels to read to improve verbal ability? Arindam.
So, well, this is something which actually you gave us a list of different novels, which I started off with *Sapiens*, and actually reading a novel helps you in increasing your flow of reading. But at the same time, you do not get a very long passage in CAT. So in order to get into that zone, I think at a later stage, maybe from August, you need to start reading articles as well.
Right,
And
right.
best part is I actually was helped a lot by Hindu, the editorials and the opinions. It's not just the two editorial articles, but along with that, the big essays and the opinions. Those things actually would help you very much in your PI also, because in your PI you are not asked questions directly. You're not asked objective questions. You are asked to give your opinion, and in order to give an opinion, you need to have the views or the opinions of other people so that you can form your own good sound opinion. You should have different perspectives on a topic. So I think the Hindu would be a great read for the next couple of months.
The list, Mr. Sujan, is available on the channel. You must watch Reading Funda 1, Reading Funda 2, Reading Funda 3, Reading Funda 4. These 4 lectures you must watch, because these lectures are, of 1.5 hour or 1 hour each. They shall be helping you a lot in terms of verbal strategy, right? Okay, Shubhrajit Chaudhary, he is asking how to improve quantitative aptitude.
Sir, the only thing for quants, the only thing I would suggest is practice. But apart from that, you just need to be very thorough with basics, and you do not have to concentrate on any kind of shortcuts, because trust me on that, those shortcuts are not going to work in the D-Day. Because if you have even 1% doubt that this might be wrong, you will be cross-checking that again, and that will be a waste of time.
राइट 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 तो भाई ऐसा है कि जो लोग शुभ्रजीत की तरह क्वांट इंप्रूव करना चाहते हैं, ये तो हम बहुत दावे के साथ कह सकते हैं कि जो 40, 50, 60 होंगे कम से कम, 60-70 लेक्चर्स हैं अलग अलग प्लेलिस्ट्स के अंदर, जैसे नंबर सिस्टम के 8 लेक्चर हैं, ज्योमेट्री के 6-7 लेक्चर हैं, मेंसुरेशन के लेक्चर्स हैं, सभी जो लेक्चर्स हैं भाई उनको कर डालो और उसके बाद प्रैक्टिस टेस्ट डालो, एंड देन यू कैन practice your mocks, and that should be able to help you scoring good in quantitative aptitude. It is a 3-stage process. First stage is your fundamentals concept, second stage is your practice of higher level question, and third stage is your ultimate mocks. Yes, ये कह रहे हैं कि टेल कितनी बार क्वेश्चन पूछ चुके हैं, ठीक है, ले लेते हैं इनका क्वेश्चन. हाँ,
so I would just give you an example. So right around 2 weeks before CAT, I had appeared for a mock from Career Launcher, and I happened to get 5 marks in one particular section, and you can very well guess that it was VRC. And the only thing I actually reminded myself is, abhi itna time itna mehnat kar liya hai, then I won't waste another day regretting that I got 5. Actually, I would in fact continue what I was already doing. So that is something which actually helps, irrespective of what you are getting into in the results. You just repeat what you're doing. If you get into a repetitive mode, that is when there will be a point of time you would dissociate yourself with the marks that comes at the end of the test, and that is something which you need to look for during November, not before. Because November,
right.
Even if you start in November, you'll have 1 month.
1 month for your fixing your strategy and coming up with this thing. So Shriya Banerjee का क्वेश्चन देख के मेरे को अभी एक आजकल व्हाट्सएप आ रहा है वो थोड़ा याद आ गया कि सर मैं काढ़ा भी ले रहा हूँ, स्टीम भी ले रहा हूँ, और मैं सुबह अनुलोम विलोम भी कर रहे हैं, ये भी कर रहे हैं, वो भी कर रहे हैं, क्या ये एनफ है? राइट? तो श्रेया, यू हैव included all the knowledge available, right? So I don't think anything else is required to be done.
Yes.
Yeah. So thank you very much, guys. I hope you all enjoyed this session, and thank you very much, Arindam, for joining us. So before we leave, a final message from Arindam, your side, to all our listeners.
So that's all. I mean, anything that I want to say is that wherever you are at this point of time, stick to one plan. Make short term goals and repeat whatever you're doing on a regular basis in terms of practice. And if you can give anything around 6 or more than 6 hours on a daily basis, that's good enough, and you're good to go. I mean, you're on good hands. You know Mission Cat. You can do what is required or what is needed for you to do.
ग्रेट, थैंक यू वेरी मच अरिंदम, और आप सभी का जो इस चैनल को देख रहे थे, आपका बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया ज्वाइन करने के लिए। नेक्स्ट वीक एक और गेस्ट के साथ मिलेंगे कैट चैट विद सोगो के साथ। थैंक यू वेरी मच।